Yo, what is really good, my dudes? Today is May 8th, 2018, and we got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see the release of the mysterious quest, You Are It. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, this quest is shrouded in a lot of mystery, but I'll give you the details of how to get started with this quest. I'm not going to give any spoilers, not the nature of these videos, just want to give you the heads up about the information. So first off, it is a member's quest, but that is the only requirement. You just need to be a member and then anybody can do it. All you have to do to start the quest, if you see in the quest tab, it's very mysterious, it doesn't really tell you anything, it says you are it for everything. But all you need to do is head over to McGrubber Woods, right next to the Sears Village lodestone. You need to head in there, and to start the quest, you need to actually interact or chop this specific tree that you're seeing on screen right here, which is just southwest of the McGrubber building, and between these two oak trees. When you do that, you'll get a cutscene where you'll be interrupted by the double agents from Clue Scrolls, and he'll give you a item that is a mysterious clue scroll that'll allow you to start the quest. So this is a clue scroll related quest involving the double agent and exactly the mysterious ways in which he works. So that's really interesting. Just head on over to McGrubber Woods, interact with that tree, and you'll be able to get on your way and start that quest. Anyways, not much else to say about the quest. It's shrouded in a bunch of mystery, like I said early on, and I really don't want to spoil the fun. Head on over there and get started on a new mysterious clue scroll. That being said, I'm going to shift gears over to the patch notes and see exactly what we got going on over there. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Vanaka's sword override weapon is now correctly held as a one-handed item in Legacy Combat mode. We've done some masonry work on the walls at the back of Lumber's castle to fix some unusual, superfluous walls. Fixed an animation issue during the cutscene where Holgart fixes his boat with swamp paste as part of the Sea Slug questline. Removed some strange floating rocks from the Hydrix and Onyx caves. Corrected some incorrect textures used around the Silvaria beacon. Prevented being able to walk inside the solid walls at the summits of Jaldroach Pyramid. Added missing blocking to the Mazcab beacon. Some tiles in the King Black Dragon instance will no longer block the player from using the Surge or Escape ability. Force walk issues next to Stool in Maggie's Caravan no longer occurs. Updated the model of a cooking fire in Demonheim. It's no longer possible to attack through the walls of Dordershun mines using range and magic. 2 random barrels in the sea east of Wilderness Volcano have been removed. The Dungeoneering map will now appear in a set location on Legacy mode. Crystal Implings no longer fly through blocked map tiles in Prif, fixing the issues players had near the Cruis farming patch. Blocked a wall in Zaros' throne room that you could stand in. Fixed a minor issue with the chat input line divider height. Fixed an issue with the seal of passage not sitting correctly on the player. Fixed a minor graphical issue with each frame within the skills interface. Cleaned up the lava-filled path on the Orania dungeon. Additional carpets have been updated in player-owned ports to fix some Z fighting. Added some missing textures to the tiles around Beacon next to the Odd Old Man. Fixed a gap in a wall in Elder Halls. Removed floating tile above ladder in Wizard's Guild. Items dropped on bridges in Terranwin are no longer hard to see. Fixed several achievement issues with safe cracking. Added a missing apostrophe in That's All Thanks chat option when talking to safe cracking trainer. There's now a hand-in option with Darren Lightfinger to fence all of your safecracking valuables for pilfer points or coins. This will hand in any item you are carrying all in one go. You will need to speak to him to hand in a partial amount. Loot bag upgrades for safecracking are now permanent unlocks, and the highest tier bag you have purchased will be replaced if lost. Reclaiming the doctor or nurse hat from the apothecary will no longer reset a Tale of Two Cats quest progress. Fixed an issue that stopped you from receiving an achievement diary reward if the previous reward was stored in your keepsake. Players will no longer be able to receive duplicate Ghost Hunter pieces if the set is stored in player-owned house. The required items list in the Aid of Myrique has been updated to include 10 bronze hatchets. Players who meet requirements to start dealing with Scabaras will now be able to start the quest even if their skills are drained. The Do No Evil quest overview now show how many quest points are awarded upon completion. Fix the typo in the Fremnik Isles quest. Fight Cauldron now correctly spelt in the Tokhar mock achievement description. Removed reference to Stealing Creation being in the wilderness in Temple of Sentistan post-quest dialogue with the assassin at the dig site. Rockin' Out quest reward overview no longer shows thieving as a requirement for catching pirate implings. Added Shades of Morton as a suggested requirement for the In Aid of Myrique based upon player feedback. Stolen Hearts titles, Artful Dodger, The Enforcer, Dawn, and The Swindler can now be accessed within the wardrobe. Dialogue that incorrectly referred to the Icing homeworld of Hollow as New Domina has been corrected. A typo in the quest overview screen of Back to My Roots and My Arms Big Adventure has been corrected. The professor will now prevent you with a correctly worded shield bow at the end of the observatory quest. The item itself was a shield bow, but was referring to an old style longbow. The tool belt mithril grapple now works for the Curse of Arav quest. Fixed an issue where dark arrows could not be used on the guide rope in Underground Pass. Statue Collection Bag now uses legacy graphics whilst using legacy mode. The toggle on-off option in the assist interface is the left-click option once again. The message when you obtain Golden Rock Melee has been corrected. DG Toolbelt now displays the correct owned pickaxes/hatchets. Player-owned houses can now be reset at estate agents. Players will still retain their pets, aquarium, and butler should they wish to rebuild their menagerie, aquarium, and additional bedrooms respectively. Amended the options on squares in the tower puzzle so that right click allows you to select between incrementing the value or directly selecting any number from 1 through 5. Left clicking will increment as before. Free to play can now investigate the spike trap puzzle room in Dungeoneering. Improve the POH treasure chest interface with a menu that separates items by tier of treasure trail. This has been updated to include master tier following the clue scroll updates. Effigies bought from Traveling Merchant in Deep Sea Fishing will now be correctly set up when used. Clan admin broadcast messages now save and display correctly. Enchanted silver jewelry will now correctly display its remaining charges. Added the Waiko Hunter outfit to the clean up filter in the bank. Fixed an issue that would cause certain interfaces to appear behind others, e.g. bank pin entry behind aura management when opened simultaneously. Fixed a minor issue that caused certain instances of multiple choice options to be spaced out. The Make button in the Make X interface will now correctly display its custom text again. Yakomaru Cowardice projectile anim will now appear correctly. Posty Pete now offers alternate delivery options that allow you to choose where you want your parcels sent as a priority. You can choose to have them sent directly to you or sent to your bank. Posty Pete parcels are now bankable. Posty Pete postage stamps can be stored in the currency pouch. Removed reference to Jag from the lobby. Fixed an issue where a message when popping worlds with a active gravestone didn't correctly fit in the message box. Players' names in clan/friends chats will no longer appear in a bright white and has been reverted to the previous color. Clicking abandon all loot at raids fetcher, but not actually abandoning it, will no longer remove the option to reroll. Opening the currency pouch in the inventory will no longer cause interfaces to close. Augmented hatchets will now correctly work when chopping maple trees in Miscellanea. Aura name will no longer appear in the chat box when activating an aura via the right-click option. Fixed an issue where the interface was not being closed with escape. Corrected an error in Mature Groutworm's table which meant Super Restores never dropped and Ceradomin Brews dropped too often. Change the name of the inventory icon of damaged driftwood to better distinguish it in your inventory from normal driftwood. Survivance Examine now has the appropriate grammar. Removed used from the weapons names for consistency with the majority of other used gear in the game. Corrected a typo when splitting a scrimshaw of corruption. Locking and unlocking interface customizations will now close certain interfaces. The override familiar option no longer unchecks itself on specific pets. Teplin Macagon will no longer drop noted flasks on the floor if the player has a full inventory when decanting. Knockback abilities can no longer drag wall beasts out of their dens. Lava Hawk Pet Interact Op now correctly plays emotes. The fire verb on cannons has been changed from the crafting cursor to attack, ranged, or magic cursor depending on the type of cannon. It's no longer possible to use Bladed Dive when transmogrified into certain NPCs. The Book of Death will no longer occasionally cause a disconnection when activating. Fixed an issue where inspecting combat abilities in the power interface was showing the incorrect ability descriptions. Increased the minimum size of the bank interface within edit mode so that the bank will now show the full worn inventory rather than having a scroll bar because the window wasn't large enough. Players can now correctly make multiple Clockwork Penguin suits through the Make X interface provided they have enough materials. Fixed an issue where Dwarven cannons could continue to decay when repaired. Added some rocks to the Berthorpe Ruin Shop north wall to prevent some poor pathing when attempting to trade with apprentice Clara. Ability cooldowns are now reset at the end of a fight in the duel arena. Unfinished potions now have a mix on left click when held in your inventory when you have both components in your inventory. You can no longer reset your Hellion aura with the Hellion Daily reset. The Gravite Shortbow is now a Gravite Charge Bow. Fixed a typo in the aura management interface. The fountains inside the Grand Exchange can now be used to fill Evil Dave's empty stew satchel during the quest. And finally, the augmented Staff of Limitless Fire, Water, Earth, Air, Lava, Mud, and Steam no longer show item charge. And that is it for your patch notes as well as the main game update. Links to both of those will be down in the description below. If you want to go check those out for yourself, you can head on over there to do so. And that will do it for the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Peace.